Today I'll be showing you how to create this flyer in Canva, this graduation flyer. If you're new here, hi, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy today's video and don't forget to subscribe. If this isn't your first time, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. Okay, so before we begin, things to note. I use Canva Pro. Persons always ask. I use Canva Pro, and I created these models in this model in Canva Dream Lab. I'll leave the prompt on the screen for you guys to screenshot. Okay. All right, so let's begin. The dimensions for this is 3000 by 3000 pixels, and I'm just going to get my image and I'm going to remove the background and I'm going to position it at the bottom right here, and I'm going to increase the size a little and I'm going to flip it. So I'm going to select flip and flip horizontal, and I'm going to bring it over a little and bring this down some more because we don't like this section that is being shown. So I'm going to pull this down, all right? And we should have something like this. And then I'm going to let me zoom in just a little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to select the image, go to edit, and I'm going to do some minor adjustments. I'm going to increase the vibrancy just a little bit, the saturation, not too much. You don't want it to be too orange. The blacks areas of the image, I'm going to increase a little. Going to increase the highlights also, and I think I'm going to leave the contrast. Let me see. Okay, not too much. Sharpness, I don't want to increase the sharpness for this one. Let me see the saturation again. Oopsie. See what I'm talking about? If we go too far, it's going to be too orange. I think this should be fine. I think 12 should be fine. All right. Then it's time for us to add some text. So I'm going to select key for a text box and I'm going to write class of 2025, but I'm going to write class off first before the 2025, and I'm going to position it right here and I'm going to select it and I'm going to change the color to white. Right, and I'm going to change the font. So I'm going to go over to the font box and I'm going to select Garamond, and I'm going to change this to bold, and this is a free font, and I'm going to put it in all caps and I'm going to reduce the space in between the letters just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to type 2025, and I'm just going to I'm just going to increase the size of 2025, right? Then I'm going to select both and I'm going to group them. Then I'm just going to reduce this just a little. And let me just adjust the image just a little also. And I'm just going to pull this down. All right. And now I'm going to select L to add a line to the design, and I'm going to select this to move it. Now I want to rotate it to a 90-degree angle. So what I'm going to do is select the rotate icon, and I'm going to select and hold control. I'm going to select and hold control. If you're using a MacBook or something, I think you would select command, but I'm using Windows, so I'm going to use select and hold control and just rotate this to the an angle that I want. Then I'm going to increase the thickness of the line, change the color to white, and I'm going to hold control again, and I'm just going to reduce the, and you want to ensure that while you're moving it, you see those numbers, the degree, you want to ensure it's at 90 degree. All right. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to reduce it just a little. And I'm going to position it here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to select T on my keyboard again, and I'm going to write the name Jamaica Technical. What's it technical? Technical University of Psychology. And this is not a real university in Jamaica, by the way. I just made this up. Then I'm going to position it here and I'm going to align it to left, and I'm going to reduce the line spacing just like that. I should have something like this. All right, I'm just going to group the text together, and I'm going to ensure it is centered, or at least like so. All right, now I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to search for satin, and I'm going to go on the graphics and I'm going to select this one right here. Now this is a pro element, so you would need a Canva Pro subscription. However, let me do a little filter to see which one is free. All right, so we have quite a few free ones that you can choose from. Okay. All right, let me just clear this. No, I'm just going to stretch this out. And I'm going to place it at the bottom, and I'm going to select position, and I want to put it behind the photo. So I'm going to select layers and I'm going to pull it behind the photo like that. And we should have something like that. Now I'm just going to increase the size some more, right? Let's see what we can get when we increase the size. And then we're going to go to edit, and I'm going to blur the fabric just a little. We don't want it so vivid. So we're going to increase the intensity of the blur. Let's see. A bit too harsh. Let's readjust that to about 35, 36. All right, so that's okay for now. All right, that's okay for now. Now I'm going to duplicate this image, and I'm going to select edit, go to filters, select see all, and I'm going to use the mono set, and I'm going to select noir. And you can choose whatever filter you want based on the effect that you're going for, or the vibe or the theme of the flyer. Definitely optional. So I'm just going to enlarge the image just a little bit, and I'm going to position it behind everything. So basically to back. Okay, so you would select to back. So let me just undo that. So you would select to back, or you can use the layers to drag it where you want it to be positioned. All right. Now I'm just going to reduce the transparency of the image. We don't want it to be too visible or too transparent, because we are going to add some text to this design to bring it to life. All right. Now I'm going to select T on my keyboard, and I'm going to type the name. So Sedella. And funny story, the name Sedella, I was at work the other day, and I met this lady by the name of Sedella. And I was like, this is a beautiful name. And then the same day in the night, in the afternoon, no, in the evening, no, in the night, when I got home, I was working on this flyer. And I was like, what should I name her? And Sedella came to mind. I stole that lady's name. I I stole her name. My bad. All right, and I'm just going to adjust this just a little bit, not too much. All right. Okay, looking good. Now I'm going to select R for a square, and I'm going to change the color. I want it to match the gradient background color that we had in the beginning, and I'm just going to resize this and position it right here. So let me just zoom in to ensure everything is being aligned properly. All right. Oops. Pull this up just a little. That should be fine. Now I'm going to select it, and I'm going to select the border icon, and I'm going to add a border around that. And I'm going to change the border color to white. And also I want to round the corners of the square. I don't want it to be so sharp. So I'm going to select it, like the rectangle, and I'm going to round the corners. Not too much, just a little. All right. That should be fine. And let me reduce the line weight just a little bit. All right. Hold on. I think 3 should be fine. All right. Okay. Let's increase it to 4. Okay. Now we're going to add some text to the design. I'm going to select T, and I'm going to type the what she's so PhD in psychology, honors. All right. Oops. Let me change this. And I'm going to change the font to DM Sans, and I'm going to put this in regular. And I'm going to, I don't want everything to be in all caps because I want to create some contrast. And this is already in all caps, so I'm going to select it and I'm going to undo the uppercase, and we should have something like this. But let me put the H in all caps. All right. Let's see. Did we? Yeah, should be in a regular. And we're going to position it right here. Okay. And we're going to reduce or increase the letter spacing just a little so we have some breathing room and so that it is readable. All right. Now we want to add some text here, but because we have the fabric, what we're going to do is I'm going to select R on my keyboard and we're going to create a transparent gradient. All right. So I'm going to select it, change the color to white. You don't have to use white, but because of the color palette that we have, I'm going to use white. And I'm going to select a gradient, change this to white, and I'm going to reduce the transparency of one of the whites. So you hover on that line and tug it all the way down. And you want to choose this style or this style to when you're doing this effect, all right? And I'm just going to rotate this to a 90-degree angle, and I'm going to stretch this all the way out right here. No, we want it's covering the image, so we're going to select position and we're going to pull it behind the colored image, all right? And we're going to duplicate it again and we're going to pull it behind the colored image, and we should have something like this. Now we're just going to write the quote, go confidently. Now I'm just going to position this to the bottom right here where we added the transparent gradient, and I'm going to reduce the line spacing, and I'm going to reduce the text just a little, and I'm going to change the color to black so it is readable. All right, should have something like this. And then I'm just going to duplicate the name and I'm going to write the name of the philosopher. So Henry David. I'm going to reduce the size of this, put it right here, and I'm also going to put this in black. Okay. Should have something like this. Right, then I'm going to add one last finishing touch. I'm going to search for blur on the elements, and I'm going to select this one right here because we're actually able to change the color. So I'm going to change the color to white, and I'm going to expand it, and I'm going to position it behind the colored image like that. And I'm going to reduce it a little bit. We don't want it to be too harsh. Right? Reduce it just a little bit. And let's group these. Ensure they are adjusted properly. And that's it, guys. Very simple, very easy. Like, this is really beginner friendly. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you have any special design requests, also leave them in the comments. Until next time, stay safe and stay blessed.